I'm back with another unboxing and review for you all. Today I'm going to be showing off the new Warner Brothers release of Giant on 4K Ultra HD. I'm going to do an unboxing where I show off the covers, the inside with what the disc looks like, also what you can expect from the visual and audio quality of this 4K, also what special features to look forward to, letting you know the price, and where you can find this one, and a little quick review and my ultimate recommendation on whether this movie is worth your money. So let's take a look at the front cover here. This is Giant, a classic iconic Western from 1956. You get an all-star cast here with Elizabeth Taylor, Rock Hudson, and even James Dean. And so this movie definitely got a lot of award nomination recognition here. But nice little cover. I like the artwork. It's not too fancy. It's not too over the top, but it captures the main characters perfectly and the vibe of the movie being a Western. So I'm totally happy with the front cover. Let's take a look at the spine. Spine, just simple. Once again, this is a Warner Brothers release here, so nothing too fancy there. And then we have the back, so you get some scenes of the movie here. Now, unfortunately, this movie did not come with a slipcover. So if you're wondering, hey, did you take off the slipcover on this one? No, this was a new release, a new 4K with no slipcover, unfortunately. Sometimes just the plain old studio releases, they'll do that. So I've known Warner Brothers to do that before. So come on, Warner Brothers, we got to step up our game for our new releases. We got to get the slipcovers on this because I pre-ordered this one. I deserve a slipcover. All right, so let's take a look here at what special features we can expect out of this movie. I'm gonna let y'all know there's really not any special features here. There is a commentary, which is okay, but it's just one commentary, so it's really not a whole lot in here. I was expecting a lot more from this one. I was expecting there was gonna be a lot of interviews, featurettes, maybe a documentary here, because this is one of the most iconic classic westerns of all time. A lot of people love this one, so I thought we would have something here with special features, but we just don't. So I guess they just didn't do special features during that time with these kinds of movies. I don't know what happened, but you know, it is what it is. Now, in terms of audio and visual quality, you are getting the 4K Ultra HD disc here. So I think the movie absolutely looks stunning. I think everything looks great in terms of image quality. You can really see the characters really well in this movie. All their facial features, their lipstick, makeup, you name it. Everything shines through really nicely in this movie. And then also when you see the oil, liquids look really good in 4K. So when the oil springs up, oh my goodness, it definitely shines through really nice in the 4K quality. And so everything just looks so good in this movie. All the scenery, because you get some really good cinematography here and vast landscapes of the Western style, and so it just looks really nice. So no complaints on the 4K here. I actually think they did the 4K really well for a classic movie. I think it just looks so nice. Never has looked any better. Now, in terms of audio, it is just a DTS soundtrack. There is no Dolby Atmos soundtrack for this one, which is unfortunate. Wish they had a Dolby Atmos soundtrack, but when I was watching this movie and listening to it, I almost thought it did have a Dolby Atmos soundtrack because it just sounds so good. The score is amazing for this movie. Very nice classic Western score. So it sounded great to me. So I'm okay with it not having Dolby Atmos. For the DTS soundtrack on here, worked just fine. So really have no complaints with the sound either. Even though it would have been nice to have that upgraded Dolby Atmos, well, you know what, with not having that, it was still pretty good. So now let's take a look at the inside of this packaging here. Now on the inside you do get a digital code, so you got that little backup there, but then you get the 4K disc. Now the 4K disc is pretty simple. Let me take that out to show it off a little bit more. But once again, you don't get the Blu-ray here, you don't get the DVD, so you are really just paying for the 4K and the digital code. But this is what the 4K looks like. Now it's pretty simple. You got the oil rig right there, which, is a big part of the movie. So nice little simple design. Got the title. So, you know what? It could be worse. It could be more plain, but they also could have done a lot better job. We should have got some more artwork on that for a brand new 4K release. But once again, this is not a boutique label. This is a Warner Brothers release. So, what are you going to do? Now, let's take a look at just going through my general thoughts on this movie. Just a quick little review for you all. So, Giant, my first time watching this movie. I've never seen this movie before, but my dad would always recommend this one to me because this is really an iconic film, apparently. So, I had to check this one out finally, but I'm like, I'm going to wait till it's on 4K. That's how I want to watch this one. And wow, this is a really good movie. I wasn't expecting to like this movie as much as I did because I'm not a massive Western fan, even though there's a few exceptions of Westerns I really like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I think it's awesome. So I just didn't know if this one was going to be for me, but I did really enjoy this one because it's just so timely. The themes and messages it goes over in this movie are still happening in the society of today, which I was so shocked and surprised. I'm like, this is from 1950s here, but the same issues are still going on today. Oh my goodness. Wow, it's just like seeing this. Oh my goodness. Come on, society. Got to progress a little bit forward. But I just like how they told the story as well. It was really interesting, the dynamics of the main characters here and just their rivalry they had. Oh my goodness, that back and forth was just so great. So it is a long movie, just letting you all know. It's like over 3 hours. I think it's about 3 hours, 20 minutes or so, and there's no intermission. So usually with the classic movies, an intermission will pop up. I'll let you all know right now, there's no little intermission tag that pops up. So that was kind of unfortunate. I wanted a little intermission in there with like a nice score to go over the intermission. A lot of classic movies have done that, like Gone with the Wind, but no, this one didn't have that. So it just plays all the way through, just letting you know, better have your snacks and use the bathroom beforehand watching this one. But it is a good movie, flows together still nicely, even though it is a little bit shorter, paced in terms of just kind of getting through it. It's not moving quickly, just letting y'all know it is a very slow burn of a movie. But a lot of iconic scenes here, still really good story, and it does pick up towards the middle, and I think it has a really good, powerful ending. So the ending of the movie makes it worth the whole journey. Even though a lot of the beginning stuff, I thought maybe they could have sped through it a little bit more quickly, moved at a quicker pace. So definitely a slow burn here, but I still think it's worth your time. If you like Western movies, if you like classic movies, you're gonna like this one. But if you don't like Westerns, I don't think you'll like this one. If you don't like classic movies, you're not gonna like this one. It's very, very classic. It's a 50s movie. But if you're okay with classic movies, you're okay with Westerns, and you haven't seen Giant yet, this is at least worth a rent. You gotta see, it's an iconic one, really well-known film. Now, is it worth it to buy it on 4K Ultra HD? Well, it's about the $20 price range on Amazon. That's what I pre-ordered it at. And ooh, I mean, it's not the most expensive 4K in the world. A lot of times when 4Ks just get released, they are more expensive. But those are usually for newer titles. This is a very old classic title. And you're not getting a Blu-ray. You're not getting a DVD here. You're just getting the 4K. So it's kind of in the middle for this one. I'm thinking if you like this movie, you've seen it before, then yeah, absolutely worth the buy on 4K. Because you're getting the movie the best way you've ever seen it before. I'm telling you, this movie looks absolutely stunning in 4K. So if you're a fan of this movie, then yeah, go for it, buy it. But if you've never seen this movie before, I don't know how much rewatchability you're going to get out of it. So I would say rent it first, see if you like the style of movie. But if not, then yeah, hold off on buying this one. But I wonder if this one would go down in price, maybe, $5 or $10 in the future. Then at that point, definitely worth the pickup in the collection. But I know I had a surprisingly good time with the movie. It was better than I expected it to be. Even though it's not like one of my favorite movies of all time or absolutely amazing, because it's not my go-to genre, I still enjoyed at least seeing it. Just don't know how many times I'm going to rewatch it in the future. And leave in the comments below, what do you think of Giant or your favorite Western of all time? And if you're just discovering the channel for the very first time, make sure you subscribe right now so I can keep you up to date on all the latest physical media sales every single week.
Well, we're waiting.
And if you like this physical media topic video, click another video to see more. Also, like the video, and this is Mega Mike the Movie Man reminding you to make every day a movie day.